Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Vic here. Today is Friday, May 15th. Friday, May 15th, man. Um, I'll be going over today's trade recap. Did we win? Did we lose? We won. We won. I'm gonna be going over today's trade recap. P8, nasty. Again, it's like every time I try to take a bid, it's like there's no follow through. Like, I'm gonna explain. Let me show you our P&L before we start. Great bounce back day. Thank you, God. First win on these accounts. I'm glad. Hold on, let me pull up P&L. P&L. So $2,662 in a day. My cost of 5 Apex accounts. Um, yeah, let me break this down. It was a super quick trade into the open. Um, yeah, so coming into market open, I was bearish. Like from PM session yesterday, we just completely sold off. I mean, again, like over a higher time frame, we are still bullish technically, but like because of these legs, what I'm seeing, we're disrespecting bullish inverse these one higher time frame 4 hour gaps, inversing these 1 hour bull gaps, right? So coming into market open, I am bearish, right? So what I want to see is some type of manipulation into a bearish PD array to then continue lower and target our Asia low, because I thought Asia low was the primary draw, right? So because I thought Asia low was the primary draw, I thought this was what we're going to target, right? So coming into market open, right? We were already, usually I don't like gaps being already mitigated after market open, but like that really doesn't make sense because it's like you're like market is going to move the way it's going to move regardless. Like, but I do like seeing a manipulation into a Peter rate after market open, right? So, but this time around, we'd already mitigated this 30-minute gap. We were trading inside this 30-minute gap, but I was like, okay, because I am still so bearish, and we were displacing lower, I'm okay with taking an inverse, even though it'd be early. I'm okay with taking an inverse back to the downside to then target these Asia low. And low key, we have like stack low. This is decent LR, right? So boom, we start showing like huge displacement to the bottom. I was initially thinking about taking this 1 minute IFEG, and low key in live time, I thought there was like, I was so confused. I was waiting for this flip because I would have taken this IFEG immediately off of this. But like I don't know how to explain it. In live time, the IFEG was no longer there. Like, I don't know how to explain it. The IFEG was no longer there. Like, it just wasn't. Anyways, I was waiting for this inverse. That was the initial one I wanted, right? Because again, manipulation into this 30-minute gap to then continue lower after we are super bearish, right? That's what I'm initially looking for, but I was unable to get this. I mean, I would have had the same entry regardless, because this 1 minute, like again, like I'm not even bugging, like this 1 minute all of a sudden was no longer there, right? So from I changed my idea from this 1 minute IFEG to then I'm switching time frames. I'm switching time frames. I then see this 3 minute IFEG, which is now the play. So I want to see this 3 minute IFEG to then continue us lower after respecting this 30-minute bull gap. Again, the reason I am bearish, we're also respecting this 15-minute. We're also respecting this 15-minute gap. We're also respect we're also respecting this 15-minute gap, right? So it's just price is just showing me we want to continue lower. Simple. Hold on. Was there an hour? I don't think there was. I don't think we were in the hourly. No, we did respect this hourly gap as well, right? So it's like, to me, this is a pretty clean play. Almost, yeah, essentially equal lows at the lows, which was my initial target. Um Asia low hanging fruit was the main draw, so I was confident in this bid. 3 minute IFEG. end up inversing right there. I'm in right there. Stops at the bottom. I didn't want to, again, usually I go body close, but again, I'm not trying to have such wide stops. And when the trade looks like this, I don't know how to explain it, but when there's a new leg, or I don't know how to explain it. When it looks like this, I usually just like going stops to body close on this leg and not this leg, because to me this is a new leg of price, if that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that properly. So my stop, it was around a 40-point stop. Boom, stops right there. We enter low-key close to hitting SL. I was like, dang. End up reversing, ripping. Again, like I wanted these lows, went to 6.9 to also counteract the other day when I took two bids to, because usually I would just take my 1-to-1, but then it's like, because I did have a lot of conviction in this play, but like as I seen it dumping, I'm like, there's no way. Like I'm just a trailing type of guy. Like I have to trail my stops aggressive once it hits a mark that it's like I'm satisfied with. I'm not even gonna lie, because I've seen it, and which I'm about to show. I've seen it just snap back so many times. Like market never gives continuation. Market never gives like, for I don't know what it is. Market just sometimes don't give continuation, because us being this bearish and us having Asia low as this low hanging fruit, and Asia low isn't even in some type of significant gap, right? I mean, like this the only draw. Like this is not high resistance. I mean, technically it is, but like I'm thinking Asia is the I'm thinking Asia is the primary draw, right? So boom, 3-minute IFEG. I trail aggro once we hit 1-to-1, and really wanted these lows, but again, like I trailed, end up getting stopped out right there and profit. And as you can see, the next candle would have immediately got us broke even, right? Then it ends up running even more. Then as you can see, you feel me? I'm sorry if y'all can hear it in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but this is this is whatever. Anyways, yeah, trade of the day ends up way to close out the Friday. Glad I can end off on a positive note. Then after this, market just holy chop suey. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. And we haven't even went to go hit London yet either. Like, just a chop fest. Glad we're able to get my piece of the pie. Let me show y'all Trade of 8 real quick. Then I'm gonna show y'all my weekly recap. Yeah, so P&L on Trade of 8, 536 on the day, across all accounts essentially. Yeah, back. Okay, now I'm not worried about the drawdown again. I mean, I wasn't worried before, but back to having decent drawdown. Yeah, just hope next week is a great week, man. Like that's all I can ask for. Just got to continue stacking days. My fault on Wednesday, I took two bids. If I didn't take two bids, I'd be at break even, which I'd be okay with. But yeah, excited to go into next week. I just got to remember to stay in process, follow my rules. Let me show y'all the weekly recap. So from May 11th to May 15th, 1-on-3 on trades this week, with two of those losses, all those losses being on Wednesday. And one break even trade, which was yesterday. I did not post a recap, but yesterday was a break even trade. Let me show y'all. Or was it yesterday? No, I took this bid, but I pulled it because as I'm gonna later explain, I'm no longer taking 5 gaps. It was a 5 gap, and I didn't like my fill, so I pulled. This was the break even trade. Tuesday was the break even. I don't think I made a video about that. But anyways, let me break this down. I made the mistake of taking 2 trades on Wednesday, which ends up costing me a break even week. That would no longer happen. Glad I was able to close out the week on a positive note. Got to remember to keep staying in process and control what I control. I can control, and let God do the rest. The decision not to take 5 gap taps is now final for me, and no longer will be debated. So like until further notice, I will no longer be taking 5 gap taps unless they're within 15 minutes of the open, because I do believe 5 gap taps still work moderately well within the 15 minutes of the open, because it's like those like that is still, it still gives room for us to have a Judas, right? So it's like Judas, I would still take a Judas type trade off a 5 minute gap tap if it's within like 15 minutes of the open, right? Um, and if I do, it would be considered a rule break. So like I'm now gonna stand firm on it. If I take a 5 gap tap and it's not within 5 minutes of open, because my data shows me 5 gap taps do not work that well for me. For me, they do play out, and I'm not saying they don't work. I'm just saying for me, they don't have that high of a win rate when I'm taking 5 minute gap tap. Yeah, and if I do, that'd be considered a rule break. Just going to trust what my data has shown me and have to learn to watch some trades run and be okay with that. Like the other day, yeah, this trade and trade before, I think I can actually show y'all. Um, 5 gap taps were working, and I'm like, dang, like I'm missing out on good plays. Like here, this is yesterday, like 15 minute gap tap. 15 minute gap. I'm waiting for market to come down, tap this gap, then continue higher. We never get that, but we are in 5 minute gaps, right? So it's like we are in 5 minute gaps. So it's like, dang, do I take it? Do I not take it? Because it do look good. Like we do have an internal to external move, right? But because like I get too eager, like, and that's one thing I just got to be okay with. Like if it doesn't fit my model to a T, I just got to be okay with watching it run. In this trade and the second opportunity, right? 5 minute gap tap, we get a 5 minute gap tap, then it was a 3 minute IFEG. I have to be okay with watching that run because it doesn't fit my criteria 100%. Like again, like I can't expect every 5 gap tap to fail. Same way I can't expect every 5 gap to win. Like I'm simply just no longer taking 5 gap taps, and I have to be strict on that. I have to be okay with letting market run, and I will be. Yeah, super excited for next week. Hopefully, we can continue this. Hopefully we can like get momentum going, get the ball rolling, get the what they be saying, get the ball rolling. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think I said it correctly. But yeah, that's really all it is. I'm excited, man. Hoping to get paid. We're going into the third week of May now. So 2 more weeks in May left. Hopefully we can get paid by the end, but if not, it is what it is. Thank you, God, man. That's all I can say. Thank you, God. We finna be rich as shit, bro. There's no doubt about that. Like I have full belief that we are. Just gotta follow my rules, bro, and control what I can control, stay in process. And yeah, we gonna get to where we wanna go. Yeah, that's really all. I love y'all boys. Again, we finna be rich as shit. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, why ain't you Vic out, man?